Rainbow Galleria is one of the 5 new maps introduced in Super Mario Party Jamboree, and for my money, it is the best board in the history of the franchise. So many amazing ideas are explored here, and they all work well together to create one of the most action-packed Mario Party boards of all time. It has so much personality, and no 2 rounds feel the same here because there is a ton of variety in the choices you can make thanks to the map's incredible design. It's a level that fully embodies the chaotic spirit of Mario Party, and feels infinitely replayable because anything can truly happen at any time. You never really feel out of a game on this board as you're only ever a turn or 2 away from turning around your luck. No stage in Jamboree complements the game's ally system better, and its cohesion with Rainbow Galleria's many shops and flash sales make it feel like there is always a chance to make a comeback. The level's intricate design opens up so many possibilities that wouldn't exist on more linear boards, and it makes it easy to stay locked in for the entire round when it feels like you have many viable strategies that will allow you to surge into first place. Of course, you'll still have to deal with random elements, but it feels more balanced here and makes Rainbow Galleria much less frustrating than your average Mario Party board. It's why in this video, I want to go in depth and break down what makes Rainbow Galleria such a phenomenal map. I want to make a case for it as the best board in Mario Party history, and hopefully explain why it has quickly become my favorite board of all time. As always, be sure to let me know what you think at the end by leaving a comment with your favorite Mario Party board, or what you think of Rainbow Galleria. Thank you so much for watching, and I really hope you enjoy. I love so many things about Rainbow Galleria, from its flash sales that place every purchasable item on a 50% discount, to its raffle that you could potentially win a gold pipe from. Between its stamp system, unique shops, and exclusive items, Rainbow Galleria has a lot going for it, which is why I think its biggest strength is how all these ideas work together. I'm constantly impressed at how they complement and interact with one another while still staying true to the board's shopping mall theme. This is a unique dynamic not often found on other Mario Party boards, as the ideas on most maps feel disconnected even if they fit the level's theme. Jamboree's Goomba Lagoon is a perfect example of what I'm talking about, as its volcano and high and low tide features both work well within the board's tropical theme, but are separate ideas that never interact. This is the case for a vast majority of Mario Party boards as well, which is what makes the interconnectedness of Rainbow Galleria's ideas so special. The flash sales encourage you to go out of your way to visit the board's unique shops, while purchasing items entices you to try and land on the raffle because the number of drawings you get is based on the number of items you've bought. It's a cycle that feeds into itself, and each concept feels tailor-made for the shopping mall setting. The markup sticker in particular really highlights the strengths of this map, and is easily the best board exclusive item in Super Mario Party Jamboree. This item can be used on another player to make every item they buy cost 200% of its normal value for one turn, and it's extremely useful and appropriate for them all. There are many scenarios in Rainbow Galleria where making something cost extra will screw over the plans of whoever you use it on, which to me is what Mario Party is all about. You can force someone to choose a different item from the shop they were visiting, prevent them from buying 2 of something when paired with an ally, and even deny them from making a purchase altogether. I love how easy it is to troll with the markup sticker too, as you can nullify the effects of a flash sale for one person, or just make someone burn up some of their coins for the fun of it. I like how the markup sticker adds an extra layer to the game, and it's nice to have another defensive item that doesn't feel broken. It's just one of many ideas presented in Rainbow Galleria that I wish wasn't exclusive to the board, because the concept is so good it feels like it should be a permanent fixture for the series going forward. I feel similarly about the mall's stamp system, which is another great feature that is Jamboree's best take on the collect $200 for pass and go gimmick that it borrowed from Monopoly. If you're unfamiliar with this concept, it is essentially a reward for making one trip around the board, but Rainbow Galleria puts a twist on it where you will need to collect at least one stamp to earn any coins. However, there are 4 stamps on the map in total, and each stamp you collect will net you an additional 10 coins when you return to the starting kiosk to turn in your sheet, with a bonus 10 coins awarded if you turn in the entire set. There are several reasons why this mechanic works as well as it does, but for me the biggest is that it gives you a choice. While generally you will always want to be gunning for the star, there will be moments where you know that you have absolutely no chance at getting the star before the other players do. This is an awful feeling, especially on more linear maps like Mario's Rainbow Castle, because it feels like a waste of a turn when you can't make any meaningful progress. On Rainbow Galleria, you rarely feel like this because you now have something else to do, as collecting the stamps feels like a meaningful side quest worth completing. It never hurts to have extra coins, but a well-timed cash-in of your stamp sheet can have a huge impact on the game. Earning 10 to 50 coins can make the difference between whether or not you can afford a star, whether you can use Boo to steal a star from another player, and it can determine whether you'll be able to take advantage of your ally's ability to purchase a second item. Especially in those circumstances where you feel you might not get to a star before someone else does, it makes perfect sense to pivot to collecting stamps because you're guaranteed to get something useful, and could still get lucky if the star moves into the path to the stamp you were after. Once again, this is another system that I think could work on any board in the Mario Party franchise because of the depth it adds. It's like a fun scavenger hunt that rewards exploration and can turn otherwise pointless turns into meaningful ones. I can't think of many scenarios that are as satisfying as when you start a turn unable to afford a star, but manage to cash in your stamps to get the funds you need on your way to it. It's honestly difficult for me to see how this would be a negative feature on any board. However, I will admit that part of the reason this stamp system works as well as it does is because the mall's compact design makes it fairly easy to collect them all, which might not be the case for larger boards throughout the series. This is another design choice Rainbow Galleria absolutely gets right, as its size and layout play a big factor in why this level is so fun to play. I've always been of the belief that the quality of a board is directly linked to how freely you can move around it, and Rainbow Galleria has some of the best free-flowing design I've seen in the series. There are many options for how the player can get around, and thanks to its compact and open layout, you never get trapped in one part of the map. Its elevator and many escalators help connect every area on the board, and it's why collecting every stamp feels so doable, and why the star never feels too far out of reach. It's nice that you're never dependent on luck to be in your favor to reach the area of the stage that you want to go to, and the fact that none of the mall's paths are blocked off makes it easy to get to any part of the map quickly. A side effect of this I enjoy is not having to purchase or use items that manipulate the level in some way like you would on other Mario Party boards, which is particularly nice when playing Jamboree's Pro rules because it allows you to focus on items that will help you earn whatever the predetermined bonus star is. Rainbow Galleria's open design also de-emphasizes the importance of golden pipes because it's cheaper and easier to use a multi-dice block to make it to the star most of the time. In fact, Rainbow Galleria's layout makes it not just possible, but likely that you will be able to score multiple stars in a single turn, which is not the case on many boards. Believe it or not, this is one of my favorite aspects of Rainbow Galleria because it fixes one of my biggest complaints with modern Mario Party games. Too often, Mario Party games devolve into a competition to see who can purchase the most gold pipes towards the end of the game, which I've always thought was a bit lame. As I just stated, this isn't the case on Rainbow Galleria because coins and stars aren't as difficult to come by, but it's also because gold pipes are exclusive to the gold shop, which you may not be able to visit without good luck or a custom dice block. I love this because it heavily nerfs the strategy of loading up on gold pipes because not only is it expensive, but the gold shop's placement on the board makes it possible for you to lose it to Thwomp's thrift store if you don't immediately use it. While that can be frustrating, it's a great way to shift to talking about this level's many unique shops, which are arguably the best aspect of Rainbow Galleria. Once again, we see an idea that is perfect for the mall setting, and they work incredibly well because they make it possible to obtain items that are only available on other boards with the luck of an item bag. This adds even more layers of depth to the board, as many more strategies are possible when you know you have access to items that can dramatically alter the course of a game. It brings a ton of value to each shop knowing that we can find things like the Super Dueling Glove, Triple Payday Dice, and Boo Bell among other powerful tools. When I said that comebacks were always possible on Rainbow Galleria earlier, I really meant it, and it's why the shops on the left side of the third floor are worth highlighting. First is the fourth place shop, which as you might have guessed can only be accessed by whoever is in last. Here you immediately receive 15 coins as well as access to some exclusive items like the Triple Dice and Swap Mirror. A few spaces down the floor we find the Super Shop, which has some extremely useful items like the upgraded Super Swap Mirror, as well as the Super Creepy Dice and the Super Dueling Glove I mentioned earlier. And then just a few spaces past the Super Shop we find Boo, which gives Rainbow Galleria all the ingredients needed to make an insane comeback. Just as an example, you could be in last and land at the fourth place shop where you'd get 15 coins and a custom dice block, which you could then use the next turn to land at the Super Shop where you would buy a Super Dueling Glove. You could then use the Super Dueling Glove the following turn to win a star from an opponent before visiting Boo to steal another star, allowing you to score 2 stars in one turn. However, if luck is really in your favor, you could have an ally with you during the sequence, allowing you to potentially steal more than one star from Boo, and that's not factoring in if a star happens to be along your path as well. With that in mind, it's not completely unrealistic to imagine a scenario where you earn 5+ stars over a 2-turn period, which would launch you into first place in an overwhelming majority of games. On most boards, scenarios like that are only possible with chance time, which is why Rainbow Galleria feels so dynamic compared to other Mario Party levels. Just as you can make a comeback, you can be the one a comeback is being made on, and the volatility of your coin and star count is a big reason why this stage is so fun to replay over and over again. No lead feels safe, which places constant pressure on you to continue collecting stars, stamps, and items, and it's what leads to rounds on Rainbow Galleria having such high star counts. This has always been preferable to me over boards where stars are hard to come by, as it's more exciting when everyone in the game is making moves and progressing. No one wants to feel like they're going nowhere in a game, and thankfully Rainbow Galleria gives you a feeling of constant progression not found in other Mario Party boards. This feeling is at the core of why Rainbow Galleria has become one of my favorite Mario Party stages, because whether you're starting the game off and quickly getting an item for cheap at the one-coin shop, or finding an ally somewhere on the map, it rarely feels like you have a useless turn when playing on this board. Between the raffle, various shops, stamp collection, and regular events like buying stars and participating in verses and item minigames, Rainbow Galleria keeps you engaged the entire time. The kicker to all this though, and what pushes this board into a tier of its own, is how Jamboree's ally system and the mall's design and features complement one another. A complaint people have had of the allies is that they disappear kind of quickly, but I find that this isn't the case very often on Rainbow Galleria thanks to its interconnected design. They are easy to reach on this board, and regardless of the ally, they enhance nearly every one of this board's gimmicks. Its unique shops gain more value when you can purchase 2 items. It's even more satisfying to reach 2 star exchanges in the same turn when you can buy multiple stars at once, and while not exclusive to the board, it always feels amazing to double dip with Boo, especially when you use a Boo Bell you purchased to call him. And while it is a bummer that taking the elevator now costs double, I'm hesitant to complain because I enjoy the consistency of an ally's impact on the game. To me, it speaks to the stage's high level of polish, which is the final topic I want to talk about in this video. While polish isn't the most important aspect of Mario Party, it can make a difference in how memorable a board or game is. The board-appropriate costumes from Mario Party 2 are something I'm still waiting for the franchise to bring back, because it felt like a charming extra touch that made the experience just a little more fun. While costumes don't return in Rainbow Galleria, the map is filled with plenty of other charming little details and miscellaneous extras that help the stage really shine. For example, I'm a big fan of the flash sale transition screens and think it's pretty adorable to see the mall flooded with Goombas and Shy Guys all trying to get a great deal. Similarly, I think it's neat that many of the advertisements on the walls throughout Rainbow Galleria are advertising other boards found in Super Mario Party Jamboree, suggesting that you should go check them out when you're done. I also love how the starting point is a help kiosk with a map of the mall directly across from it, because that's often the first place you'll visit when exploring a new mall. And details like how the shorter characters use a stool to reach the raffle, or how this is the only level where you break the ceiling when landing on a chance time space are just the cherry on top of an already delicious cake. Over the years, this franchise has demonstrated again and again that there are multiple ways to make a great Mario Party board. Small, medium, large, connected, disconnected, lots of choice, little choice, it really doesn't matter because I could show great maps that represent all these categories. There is no objectively best way to design a board, as we all have our own preferences at the end of the day. It just so happens that Rainbow Galleria caters to almost all of mine. From its incredible gimmicks that all work well together, to its compact medium size, to its decision to have random, rotating star locations, there is almost nothing I don't enjoy about this level. It is almost as perfect a Mario Party board as you could design in my eyes, and it would be the level I'd use as the template for the series going forward. While Super Mario Party Jamboree has its flaws, it quickly became one of my favorite Mario Party games because of Rainbow Galleria. No board introduces so many separate ideas that could easily work on other levels, and much like Mario Party 6 was based around the Night and Day cycle Horrorland debuted, I could easily see a game centered around the features from this board. Although I'm extremely fond of maps like Mario Party 6's Fair Square, Mario Party 7's Pagoda Peak, and Mario Party 8's Koopa Tycoon Town for their designs and gimmicks as well, no map feels as complete and well thought out as Rainbow Galleria does. It embodies the spirit of Mario Party as well as any board in the franchise with its dynamic, high-scoring, action-packed gameplay, and its innovative and memorable gimmicks deserve the highest praise they can get. There's no board I'd rather play in the entire series, and it's why I'll have no problem confidently defending my position that Rainbow Galleria is the best board in Mario Party history. While I'm impressed at the fact that they can keep coming up with new ideas for boards even 15 plus entries into the franchise, I want to know what you all think about Rainbow Galleria. Have you played Jamboree in this stage yet? And if so, do you agree with my takes? Either way, I want to know what your favorite Mario Party board of all time is, so tell me down in the comments. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like it and subscribe with notifications turned on to be alerted whenever I release a new video. Thanks for watching.